Well guys, welcome back to the island. It's a beautiful sunny day, and unfortunately it is also the day that my parents are going to be leaving. It's a little sad because I know they're going to be gone for 3 months, but it's also very exciting because I know they're going on an amazing trip and are going to have a lot of fun. So, got mixed feelings, but I'm going to be heading down to Toronto, which is a pretty long drive with them tonight, to drop them off at the airport, and then I'm going to be driving all the way back up uh, today as well. At least that's my plan right now. I might stay a night with Caroline and Matt, depending on how late I actually get there, but we'll see. I would like to make it there and back in one day because now that I have my brother here, we've been talking about ways we can kind of speed up the cabin building process without losing any quality. And I really think we can make some pretty nice progress with the both of us working together. So we'll drop them off and head back up here and start working on the cabin, as well as just spending some time with my brother here at the island. We're going to have some time together, which is going to be great. We've already been talking about some hikes and, like I said, working on the cabin. And my brother's actually a really good cook, so I'm looking forward to it. Although it's sad to part ways with our parents for such a long time, both me and my brother are excited for the journey they're about to embark on. Our parents will be spending the next 3 months exploring Europe and documenting their adventures on their own channel, the Epic Family Road Trip. There are very few things that are more exciting than packing your bags, looking at a road map, and planning a trip abroad.
Hard to believe it's today.
As I part ways with my parents after dropping them off at my sister's house, I have a mix of emotions. I'm both sad that they're going to be gone so long, and excited to see what amazing adventures they get up to during their time in Europe. Well, guys, just said goodbye to my parents. Pretty crazy to think that that was my last time being able to see them for the next 3 months. But like I said earlier, I know they're going on a amazing adventure and they're going to have a lot of fun. So I'm happy for them, and I look forward to hearing all about it when they get back. But speaking of getting back, I still got a really long drive. I'm probably going to pull in around like 10:30 at night. So I just filled up with gas, got the tank full, and I'm going to start making my way. Whew. So many mosquitoes here on the mainland, but I made it back. I just need to drive across the lake. It's pretty dark out, but luckily there's a bit of light from the moon and I've got a flashlight, so we should be good. But look forward to getting out home and getting a good night's sleep. That was a long drive. Well, guys, I made it back. As you can see, got a good night's sleep, and then it rained straight for the past few days and it's still raining. I'm just outside right now checking on the garden because I heard from some of you guys that too much water can be harmful to the plants. So I'm making sure they all look good, and if not, then I'll tarp them. But so far, they're pretty good. The rain unfortunately brought out a lot of the mosquitoes, so it's pretty bad out here. But yeah, as you can see, the gardens look really nice. My potatoes are coming up. I did get some more soil. I've covered them every time that you know, they pop up like you guys suggested. And now they've grown quite a bit, so I think I'm gonna add some of the new soil over top. Yeah, the rain picked up again, so I think I'm gonna head inside and probably make a coffee or something. Wow, this is crazy. Me and Peter, we're planning on working. I'm gonna go under the tree. Working on the cabin today because apparently it's supposed to clear up later and be sunny, but I'm not sure if that's actually gonna happen. We'll see. And tomorrow is supposed to be sunny, hopefully. Although the weather's been kind of off for us. I think I've mentioned it in earlier videos, but we don't really have a weather station for this specific area because we're kind of in between two spots. So we just go off of the two nearest cities and then, you know, judge in somewhere in between is roughly what it is here. And it's not always very accurate. You know, this week was supposed to be super sunny and it's been nothing but rain, so hopefully they start telling the truth and it clears up. But right now it's pretty bad, so I'm gonna head inside. Well guys, looks like our battery power ran out. Usually this doesn't happen for a long time, but since we've had rain for a couple days straight, the solar panels haven't been getting as much power from the sun as they usually do. So we're gonna have to boot up the generator. That's the system we used until we got the solar panels and the batteries. So back in the day, we would just have a generator running the whole time we needed power. And yeah, now we rarely have to use it, but during times like these, it's necessary. And I'm very glad that gas-powered things like that exist, because solar panel's great, but you can't rely on it all the time. So the nice thing about this generator being right in our little power shop here is The original one we had was much smaller, and it was way at the top of that trail in a small cabin with a long extension cord running to the house. And it was an older model, so what that means is every time the power would run out, which happened, quite often, and especially when it'd run out at night on like a Saturday or something when we'd be uploading a video back in the day, we needed that power. So you'd have to get up at like 3 in the morning, and whether it was raining or snowing, you'd have to walk all the way up there and get the generator going and then come back. But now, with this one right here, it's much easier to fill. And also, we have a little remote so that whether we're turning it on or turning it off, you can just do it from inside. Just a little remote like this. And once Peter gives me the go ahead, I'll press it and the generator should start up perfectly. Did you turn on the thing? Oh, nice. Good. Well, the lights should come on momentarily. Even though it is cozy with no power, it kind of feels like when we were kids up here with just a candlelight and stuff. We hadn't made a coffee for Peter yet, so we kind of need it. And also, our parents just arrived in Europe. Their flight just landed, so we're keeping contact with them as they pick up their truck and all of their gear and kind of get settled for their 3-month trip they're going to be on. Well, guys, while we have this momentary pause in the rain, I wanted to show you guys a bit of the progress we made on the cabin build earlier, me and my brother, on the one sunny day we've actually had this week. Front log, 2 side logs. Yeah, maybe just one of the organic ones. Good. You ever use one of those in your life?
Ever use one of those in your life?
That's not bad. It's not bad. Or we just leave it.
stretching a bit. Nice. I've got 2 back logs. These are a bit thicker than I usually would do for a smaller section like this, but like I mentioned last week with how I'm trying to get the most pieces out of each log, whichever one's the longest ends up being turned into 3, and whichever one is the shortest ends up being turned into a back log, and it just happened that this really thick one had to become some side logs. But yeah. Good. There wasn't too much work to do on these ones. They went up pretty fast and the notches look nice and tight.
And then I also wanted to talk to you guys a bit about how we're going to progress with this build moving forward. My brother actually had a pretty good idea, which I think we should definitely do, and I wanted to run it by you guys. And obviously, if you send in your comments, then we can discuss it from there. And then next week, since it's supposed to be a little bit sunnier, we can work on that. But his plan was to use the remaining logs we have, at least some of them, to work on one side of the cabin before working on the other one. And at first that didn't make sense, but now that we have the window frames, it should work fine. So basically what we would do is we would
work on the 2 front logs and the 2 front side logs all the way up until they're at window level. And also just look a lot better for ourselves and make us feel better, like a lot of progress is being made, because it is slow work building a cabin. It's been going slower than I would have wanted because of all the delays, like my motorcycle accident and the funeral and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to, and of course, the long winter. But I'm looking forward to getting back at it. We got those 2 logs, which you saw, and the notches went really well. So I'm liking how it's working. We're about to get that 3rd log there as soon as it stops raining for 5 minutes. And then, we'll work up on the front. And then once we get the front up, we'll work up the back. And then we'll be back to full-sized logs going over the windows and over the doors. And really, once we get to that point, it will only be like 3 logs up until we start adding a roof, which should be a lot faster than doing the walls, at least in my mind. It sounds like it'd be simpler. We don't have to use logs if we don't want to. And, it should be, coming along pretty soon here. I'm really excited for it. I'm more excited for forging inside of it, getting a blacksmith's forge set up in there, and, learning all of that as well.
This thing's neat, if not a little strange. It's called a bripe. It's a brewing pipe, which sounds weird, but it's actually for coffee. So I just ground a couple grams of coffee. You just fill it up to this little copper divot that's in here, and then add about 30 milliliters of water, or until you're a little over halfway full. You brew it with a butane torch from underneath. You literally just shoot the torch up into this cup. Brews pretty quick. You have a little thermometer in here which will measure temp to about 185, 190 degrees Fahrenheit, and then your coffee's good to go. The thing that holds the thermometer is actually a filter which has 3 settings depending on the grind size you use. I'm using like 6 on our DeLonghi here. Just testing it. I tried this once, but I made it way too fine, so I was actually drinking pretty much espresso grinds when I was drinking it. So I'm doing this more what I think is like a store-bought coffee, but you drink it like you're having a pipe or something.
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, just kind of neat. I'm actually going to take this with me on the next trip I do, whether it's with just me and Dan or with XO or something, because it'd be kind of a fun little thing you can keep in your bag. You just have a torch and make little coffees, and it definitely would look funny. I think it would surprise a lot of people. But from my last experience with it, it was actually a great little cup of joe. So.
We forgot to take the laundry in.
Oh yeah.
It's just getting an extra wash.
I guess. Rain wash. Perfect day for a bripe. The little kit we got came with this butane burner. It's actually a nice little lighter. But just watching the heat climb. Right now it's at about 140. You can already smell the coffee. I think it was to be kind of fun. It's a very atmospheric way to drink a coffee. Unique. It'll be fun while playing Risk. It's been a while since we played Risk, but it's a board game Dan and I used to play every single day when we were young and would come up here.
That does smell good.
That little base plate I put it on is a stand, but also a heat diffuser, so when it's a 200-degree piece of copper, it can definitely burn you, so you hold it by the cork. But then when you're letting it sit to cool down to like 140 for drinking, that helps dissipate some of the heat and make it drinkable.
It's just like an espresso.
Essentially, yeah, it smells and it looks like it. There's a bit of crema at the top there. Of course, it's not pressed or anything. It's just a brewed little pipe of coffee. So it's going to cool off as we set up this game.
My bripe is just about done.
Sweet.
Cards in this game?
No. What do the cards do?
Oh, right.
That's how you get troops and all that.
One time. See who picks first. There should be no difference, but still.
Okay.
Rock.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. You don't do rock, paper.
Yes, you do. You don't
Rock, paper.
Rock, paper,
You
scissors.
did. You went like this twice.
Is that it?
It is.
Okay, right?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Shoot. So you
Okay.
just said to do shoot.
I know, but you
Okay,
did
ready?
twice. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You just copy me. Okay, go.
I'll take the middle one.
Good.
Oh, good.
It's not the one I wanted. 6. That was a drop. I still won. Oh, that's what? 2?
Kamchatka is mine. Well, guys, just walked over to the cabin build site to make sure that we didn't leave any tools outside, and luckily I didn't, but whew, it is downpouring, a pretty crazy monsoon coming through, so definitely looks like we're not going to be working on the cabin today, but I'm going to hop inside before we get struck by lightning, and we'll see what the weather does. Wow. Good thing it's warm out, or else this rain would definitely make you sick.
As I returned to the cabin, my brother was already in the works of making one of his delicious meals. Ramen and miso soups have been a favorite of me and my brother since we were kids. And over the years, my brother has become very good at making them. A hearty soup like this is the perfect way to end a rainy day at the island.
Just finished our miso soup. It's not really anything in particular, just what I had left.
I'm gonna move to the table though.
Are you editing?
Yeah. Trying to get this week's video out. Wow, what's on top there? What's this?
Yummy stuff.
Thank you guys for watching this week's episode. I hope you'll stay tuned for more upcoming adventures every week, Sunday, 8 a.m. Also, make sure to check out our family's YouTube channel, The Epic Family Roadshow, to check out what amazing adventures my parents get up to on their 3-month adventure in Europe. A special thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my Patreon channel. Your support really means a lot and helps me to be able to keep doing what I love doing and bringing you guys new content each week. I hope you guys have a great week, and thank you for watching.